16th Dashaka English story. The story in English of Sudarshana Vivaham, the marriage of Sudarshana. O goddess, with great speed that young man Sudarshana, hearing the words of his bride and full of happiness, along with his mother, worshipped Bharadwaja Muni, and after bidding him farewell and remembering you, O goddess, in a chariot rode to Subahu's city. The story. After his divine vision of the goddess Sudarshana, who had become devoted to Shashikala, was waiting for an opportunity. It was at this time that the Brahmana came and gave the bride's message to him. Hearing this, Sudarshana became extremely happy. At almost the same time, there arrived in Bharadwaja Muni's ashrama a sage who predicted that without much delay, Sudarshana would get back his kingdom, Kosala Desha. At the same time, the Nishada king of Shringivela had gifted Sudarshana with a chariot. Because of all these good omens, Sudarshana confirmed that something good, auspicious, was going to happen to him. Along with his mother, he went near Bharadwaja Muni, took his blessings, bidding him adieu, and remembering goddess, climbed into the chariot and reached the city of Kashi Raja. The second sloka. He who had conquered all fear entered the hall where the kings who were invited for the Swayamvara were seated and sat along with them. People who saw them started saying that the girl was a work of art and the boy was equivalent to a full moon. Also, the girl was like the crescent and the boy was equivalent to a full moon. Sudarshana went into an assembly of strong princes who had been invited for the Swayamvara. He was fearless. Ordinary people who had come to attend the Swayamvara repeatedly watched Sudarshana, Shashikala, and the other princes. They all felt Sudarshana was the most eligible groom for Shashikala. People began to say that Sudarshana was like a full moon and Shashikala a piece of the moon, that is the crescent, as beautiful as the artful work of a crescent. The moon and the art, the moon and the crescent could not be separated like that. That is the second sloka. Third sloka. May it be the bride who developed a passion towards him, that is Sudarshana, remembering your, that is the goddess's words, did not enter the hall where the kings who could not control their senses were seated, in spite of being ordered by her father. The story. Shashikala recognized Sudarshana, who was seated in the assembly. At this time, she remembered Devi's words. Please refer the 15th Dashaka at the 5th sloka. Sudarshana is more handsome than what she had even imagined. She developed a passionate liking for Sudarshana. Because of that, she did not go to Rajya Sabha. Compared to Sudarshana, all the other princes were dull. Her father Subahu forced her to go to the assembly hall. She persisted that he invite Sudarshana to the marriage stage and get her married to Sudarshana as donated in Kanyadhana. She had already drawn a picture of a man in her mind. She also reiterated there was no need for her to go and display her beauty in front of unknown men. The fourth sloka. Those kings were filled with doubt. The hot blooded Yudhajit, who was very angry, said in a loud voice, "This bride, who does not have knowledge of the world, should not be given to a weak hearted Sudarshana." The story. Other princes guessed that the bride might be devoted to Sudarshana. Somewhere something was wrong. They all understood. Yudhachit, who was the strongest among all who had gathered there, said in a loud voice, "The bride should not be given to Sudarshana. The bride is not worldly wise, and Sudarshana is not strong either. He is weak." The fifth sloka. I had left him alive at the hermitage because he was a mere boy. He has come here as my enemy. The bride should not marry him. If she does, I will kill him, and I will also abduct her. Story. Earlier, Yudhachit was prepared to take Manorama and Sudarshana from Bharadwaja ashrama by force. Not taking them that day was a mistake. That boy, who was a mere refugee at that time, on that day, has become my competitor and facing me as an enemy today. Thinking like this, this only increased Yudhachit's want for revenge from Sudarshana. He told Subahu that he should give the bride to Sudarshana. He told that should he give the bride to Sudarshana, suppose she insists that she will marry only Sudarshana, and then I will kill him and run away with the bride. Shashikala Swayamvara episode is one of the most dramatic and dynamic episode in Devi Bhagavatam. Check Devi Bhagavatam, book 3, chapter 22. Sloka 6. O goddess, some kings who desired good for all, hearing the words of Yudhachit, approached Sudarshana and told him everything. But the fearless and brave Sudarshana did not budge from his position. The story. Those who wish only good for their others are our well wishers. Some of the princes who were the well wishers of Sudarshana and Shashikala did not want them to face the wrath of Yudhajit and the dangers within. They went to Sudarshana and gave him all the information. Whatever has to come will come. Then why fear? Sudarshana was of this viewpoint. He did not have any anger, nor was he vindictive towards Yudhajit. Everything is Devi's wish. The goddess proposes. Sudarshana was of the firm belief that all who are under Devi's protection will be secure and safe. Seventh sloka. Subahu, who was caught in between his daughter and Sudarshana on one side and the strong and angry Yudhajit on the other side, standing in between them with humility, saluted the kings and began talking quickly to them. The story. Sudarshana did not come here to take his daughter by force. He has not committed any crime. However, telling Sudarshana to leave from here was also not the right thing to do. Also, Shashikala refused to look at any other man except Sudarshana. And if she marries Sudarshana, definitely Yudhajit is going to rebel. He is strong also. Thinking of all this, Subahu came to the assembly hall and began to say, 8th sloka. O kings, please hear what I have to say. My daughter is but a kid. She is now refusing to come to the marriage hall. Hope all will pardon her. Tomorrow I will bring her here. Today, all of you, please go to your retiring rooms. The story. Today, the marriage will not take place. It has been shifted to the next day. So, no one need to wait at the marriage hall. All of you, please go to your respective retiring places and be comfortable. This is the gist of what Subahu told the princess. He said like this, knowing very well that he will not be bringing his daughter to the marriage hall. To escape from the current situation, there was no other way. The father did not know that his daughter's liking for Sudarsana was this strong, and so he did not think otherwise. O goddess, the ninth sloka. O goddess, after everybody went away, Sudarshana, as per his mother's desire, following the rituals, praying to and meditating on you, O goddess, got married that night to the bride given by Subahu. The story. After hearing Subahu's request, all the princes went to their respective resting places. People like Yudhachi thought that there was something amiss. Still, they went to the resting place and passed their time. At night, Subahu invited Sudarshana to his inner chamber. He gave his daughter to him in marriage over there. With the permission of his mother and the blessings of Devi, Sudarshana got married to Shashikala. This way, their marriage took place peacefully. 10th sloka. The very strong Yudhajit, on hearing the news of the marriage in the morning with great anger, along with his army and shouting with a loud voice, stopped Sudarshana, his wife, and his mother, who were making arrangements to go and leave the palace. Story. Subahu and all his supporters understood everything in the morning. They felt that they had been ditched. Along with the army, they waited at the entrance door. Sudarshana, along with his mother and bride, got into a chariot and started their journey. When they reached the entrance gate, Yudhajit and his army, roaring loudly, obstructed them. 11th sloka. When the war became very intense, Subahu chanted, Clean, clean, and you, goddess, who removes the sorrows of your devotees, appeared in the battlefield, riding on a lion at the entrance gate. A war took place between Yudhajit and the supporters of Sudarshana. The story. Around this time, Subahu started to chant Devi's Kama Raja mantra, Kleem, Kleem. Without any delay, the goddess appeared on the battlefield, riding on a lion. On seeing a lady on the battlefield, Yudhajit and his supporters burst out laughing. Devi and Yudhajit fought against each other. The 12th sloka. O Mother Goddess, I am spending my time singing your names, telling your glories, and worshipping you. But you have not appeared before me, even in my dreams. O Mother Goddess, please show mercy on me. The story. Devi appeared in front of Sudarshana, Subahu, and Shashikala while they were awake or in their dreams. In spite of praying to Devi for so many years, not once has she appeared before him. The poet feels this and is very unhappy about the fact that not even once Devi has appeared before him as a darshan. He prays to the Devi for her compassion and salutes her. So, thus ends the chapter 16 Sudarshana Vivaha to Shashikala with a prayer by Hari Om.